Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. You might be watching this on Saturday, but I just wanted to make sure I posted it so that you could get a head start if you wanted to. I'm going to start off by, first of all, thanking you all for being an awesome class. All of you have been getting in your work and replying to my emails. And I know that talking to the other summer school teachers, not all of them are having the same experience. So thank you very much for being on top of everything and for being very gracious and for always replying to emails, either from employers or myself. So far, as of right now, everybody has a placement and has a placement that they were actually interested in. So I think that we are on the right track. We might just have some follow up to do, but I'll talk about that at the very end. Okay, so just to tell you, oh, you have my recording screen here. So let's just start with what I posted for you guys previously. What I posted was just what you guys are working on tomorrow. So you have 3 assignments. We'll talk about acts and procedures. We'll talk about how to fill out your timesheets, how your employers are evaluating you, and your e-portfolio. So that's really quickly what we're going to do here. You'll notice under the June 15th day that we have emergency accident procedures, and all it really is just the exact same thing that you have on this blue card. So all of you in person had this blue card, and it has the information if anything were to happen. You have to report accidents immediately, no matter how minor, to the supervisor, seek any first aid treatment that is needed, and then you need to let me know. So I have the information on this slide that is posted on your Google Classroom, but you also have it on the back of your blue card that you all have. Okay, so that blue card should be with you at all times in your phone case, in your wallet, in your backpack, wherever, somewhere that you need it. If you are an OYAP student in a skilled trade, you also need your OYAP card or at least a picture of it on your phone. Okay. If you're an OYAP student and you either didn't get your PPE or you did not get your email about your work boot voucher, please email me and I'll follow up on that kind of stuff for you. All right. What you're doing today, meaning Saturday, whenever you watch this, is you are going to be completing the right to refuse. It's just a health and safety. It has links. It's like a web hunt links. You just answer questions on that. The biggest point out of that entire assignment is knowing that if you feel unsafe, if you ever feel unsafe with anything that your employer is asking you to do, that you have the right to refuse to do that job. And you can tell them that you feel unsafe or you need more training or something like that in order to do that job. If they push back on you at all, please reach out to me about that. Safety is our number one priority for all of your placements. Confidentiality, you're going to quickly do that. It's just case studies. And then Employment Standards Act. Everybody, if you're going to be employed, even if you're not being paid, you should understand the Employment Standards Act. So that is just a web hunt as well. Those 3 things you can hand in. It looks like some people have already done those. Okay. Now, when you're at your placement, underneath where it says weekly reflections and timesheets, when you're actually at your placement, one thing you're going to be doing every day is you're going to be filling out this timesheet. Instead of doing weekly timesheets, I'm actually just going to keep one timesheet for all of you. So you're going to go into the same document, same Google Sheet every single day, and you're going to put your start time, your end time, the hours that you worked, the tasks for the week. That could be just one task per day if you want. And then if you missed the day, why you missed it, or any explanation for why you weren't there that day. Hopefully that's not happening though. We only have 21 days total, so you really do need to be there every day that they're available for you to be there. You will notice when you add your hours in here, it'll sub it up. It'll subtotal it up for your weekly amounts, and then at the very bottom, when you get to the end, you will have your total hours that you have worked. I would like to give you a number that you're aiming for, but everybody is different and your hours are different and your employer availability is different. So you are just trying to work as fullish time hours as you can. So sort of like your school day that you can every day that you're supposed to be working. And then, see where that goes. If you're at all concerned about hours, anything like that, reach out to me as your placement starts and we can chat. But I really just want you to gain some transferable skills for your future and to get a good experience out of it. That's the number one goal for all of this. Okay, so let's go back to that's your timesheet. So you're just going to keep a running tally of that, submit it at the very end. I should be able to pop in and see all of your timesheets anyway, what they're at. So I think we're good there. Employer evaluation. So at the very end, or maybe the third week of your placement, I'm going to be sending this by email to your employers, and you can check it out. And it just basically tells or allows them to fill out if your learning skills have been effective for the placement. It's just loading here. I'm not sure if you can actually see that on the video or not. I have the spinning wheel of death going on, so hopefully this is still working. So they are evaluating your learning skills. You will notice not one thing on here says is able to perform accounting skills or is able to build a robot, right? None of those things, none of those skills are on here. It is your learning skills. They just want you to have a keen attitude and be willing to learn new things. They're not expecting you to come in with a ton of experience. The experience is your placement itself. So that's what they're filling out, is just mostly your keen attitude and work habits. Okay, so that's what they will be looking at. You can look at that on your own as well. What else did I have on my list here to talk about? So assignments, emergency procedures, co-op, timesheet, evaluation, e-portfolio. We have been chipping away at this. If you scroll down, each week of your placement, you will have an assignment. Okay, you'll have something to do. I will post them at the beginning of the week, and you need to complete it by the Sunday before you go into your next week of work. So they're very small. So you need to track your hours and you need to do the weekly assignments. At the very end, after the last week, the only thing to do is your e-portfolio. And actually, you would have everything you need for that done by your third week. So you could finish that e-portfolio before you even finish your placement. It would be totally fine to do that. Okay. And you're going to submit that. The e-portfolio we've talked about, you're just dropping in assignments you've already done. So I will potentially sort of give another video, but there is a video linked on that on how to do it. But I can also give a little more information on that. Throughout your placement, I will be popping out to see you at your placement. I'm not sure what that's going to look like. It's going to depend on your employer, your supervisor, and when they're available and when they want me to come. It might be just to pop in really quickly. It might be to be part of something. So I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but I will be popping in at some point during your placement and more than once if needed. So when you start, so I have been emailing all of you and emailing your supervisors. A lot of you, your forms are either in or the employer forms are in the employer's hands right now, and they are electronically going to sign them and send them back to me. So please keep an eye on your email. I might be saying, please sign this and send it back, or please do this and get it back. But we're in pretty good shape. We're getting there. You have to have all your forms in before you can start your placement. And as far as your start date, you are available to work the Thursday, June 27th and Friday, June 28th. There are a handful of employers that have said that they'd prefer you to start the Monday. That is up to them. Whatever their start date, whatever they want your start date to be, that's what your start date should be. You are really at your employer's discretion as to what hours you should be working. So they should be reaching out to you by email. If they don't reach out to you so we still have school next week, the week after. So if they don't reach out to you in about a week and a half, you want to make sure that you are reaching out to them and confirming when you want that start date to be. Whether that's Thursday, Friday, Monday, and hours, and where to go, and what you should bring. All those questions are things you and the employer can sort of email back and forth and talk back and forth about. Some of you have already been in contact with them, others not so much, but I probably have emailed you, linked with them, so you do have their contact. Again, any questions about any of that, you can let me know. So I just talked your ears off, but that is basically what the program looks like, as well as what you need to do tomorrow or today if you're watching this on Saturday. I'm available all day to jump in for Google Meets, to email, to whatever. So please reach out if you need anything and I will answer right away. And I hope that you have an awesome day. And I'll be definitely in contact with all of you before you start, maybe just following up and asking when your start date is and if you've contacted them, and you do the same for me. Keep me in the loop on all that kind of stuff. Okay, so thanks very much. I hope you have a great day, great weekend, and good luck in all your summatives in your regular school. We'll chat soon.